In April, Governor Beshear announced medical cannabis businesses could start applying to be licensed on July 1st. Well, that's Monday. Well, last night, the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Council voted to regulate those businesses in Lexington. WKYT's Jessica Umbro breaks down what the ordinance means and reaction from one Kentucky cannabis organization.
This ordinance passed by the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Council primarily has to do with where medical cannabis businesses will be allowed to set up shop in Fayette County.
An ordinance amending the Lexington-Fayette County zoning ordinance is as follows.
The ordinance establishes the overarching rule that no cannabis operation can be within 1,000 feet of a school or daycare and creates a $500 annual licensing fee.
What we're doing through a lot of this fee is making sure we're recouping the cost of checking for that zoning compliance and then also the tax compliance that we've required for these businesses.
Wesley Holbrook of Lexington-Fayette Urban County Government says there can be 2 dispensaries in Lexington. The different parts of the medical cannabis business will be relegated to specific zones that cater to their specific needs.
You know, as an example, cultivators, they require a certain level of security that's maybe more akin to a factory than an agricultural production facility.
Executive Director of Kentucky Normal Matthew Bratcher says the July 1st licensing kickoff is a day that's been a long time coming.
Kentucky's finally come around and we did all the fighting and stuff, and now it's finally here. You see a lot of interest from people, and that's just, it shows how long we've kind of been waiting for this, and so we're real excited to kind of see this take off and get going.
This ordinance, alongside state regulations, specifically has to do with medical cannabis, meaning this will only be accessible to those who are determined to be qualifying patients. In Lexington, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Businesses that are selected to be licensed in the state's lottery system can begin treating qualifying patients on January 1st of 2025.